We're back, full on back, we're back. I'll fix everything, just we're back with audio, so just know that.
Eagles with Virgil back at the controls, rolling left, throws and completes to Loudon out to midfield.
Who else, right? Anytime you need that big play, it's Loudon.
He just has a knack for slipping into that hole in the defense. He once again finds a soft spot for a 10-yard gain.
They have the loudest numbers on the stat sheet for Loudon. That's for sure.
And that's a first down for the Eagles.
First down, Mount San Jacinto. 9:13 and counting remaining in the ball game. And you see the score. The Eagles with the 17-point lead. Receivers left and right. They send a man in motion, keep it on the ground. And that's Maddox.
4 yards.
Churning his legs, and he gets all the way down to the 43, a 7-yard run. Good hard running by Corey Maddox.
Yeah, and for the Brahmas, I mean, each first down you give up has to be a little crushing because that means 4 more plays where the Eagles can just run the clock out. Regardless of the result, even if you run for a loss, it's still going to make the time go down, and that's less time you get to come back.
Well, that is so often the problem when you're trying to mount a comeback is not so much can you put the points on the board, but so often can you stop the other team from continuing to score.
And that's such a load for a defense to bear, too. Down 17, they need that ball back now.
Wren in motion, Virgil pressured from the blind side, on the roll, still looking, just going to step out of bounds, and a good job laying off on the hit there, no penalty coming.
Good job to pull up on the reins that time.
Yeah, Cologne was closing in quickly, but managed to sidestep Virgil and sidestep a penalty.
He definitely had a clean look.
Yeah, sorry about that, Daniel. Now it's a big third down coming up. And where do you go here? I think you have to expect Michael Loudon.
Yeah, no, I mean, either Virgil or Loudon maybe roll out and give Virgil the opportunity to throw it to
sideline
Loudon
and crowd
take it
getting
himself.
hyped up.
Yeah, this is quite possibly a last stand here for Pierce. Going to need to pitch a shutout the rest of the way, you'd have to imagine, and they need to get off the field.
Well, they know
Loudon
the importance.
To the bottom of your screen. That's Phillips in motion. Virgil looking for Loudon, and he overthrew it, and it's picked off. Interception for Pierce down the near sideline into Eagle territory. And it's Dimitri King.
And when I said that sideline was hyped up before, look at him now.
And the Eagles put Virgil back in to manage the game, and he comes out and does something like that. I know it's third down, but that receiver was not open. He had a much better look on the front side of the play, but he throws backside into almost quadruple coverage.
In a night of so many good decisions, I think you're exactly right, Ryan. I think he fell in love with a target that's been working for him, and that time the Brahmas were there, and Dimitri King, who has been victimized on a couple of plays, able to make the big interception. There was a penalty on the return, so they'll move it back to the Brahma 43-yard line, and that's where they'll take over. 7:20 to go here in the fourth.
Here we go, crunch time. Yeah, if you're Virgil, even when you're up with a pretty healthy lead, that leaves a bad taste in your mouth after what was otherwise a great game.
Let's see if Pierce takes a shot here early.
Johnson in motion. Saavedra screens it out and completes it. Ferguson out to midfield.
I'll tell you what, guys, if I'm Pierce, I'm not taking any time here. I'm hurrying up. I'm getting that ball spotted as quick as possible. I'm going as fast as you can.
Yeah, I think they are definitely in the hurry up. Saavedra brings them to the line. 2nd down and 3. Saavedra looking left, throws left, completes to Johnson, makes a little move at the 45. He's inside the 40, still on his feet at the 35. The ball comes out, but the Brahmas got it.
They're
Looks like
wrestling
McDowell.
for it.
Johnson maybe faked himself out there a little bit. Good thing he had his buddy there behind him to see that ball pop out and fall
I think
on
it was McDowell that ultimately fell on it.
McDowell falls on it, but I know he fumbled on that, but Johnson is slippery out there.
Maybe too much for his own good, though.
Well, I wondered why so many short passes, but maybe that's an answer right there. Saavedra dancing his way forward.
another-
He's hit. The ball's out again. This time the Eagles have it. This is a big return the other way. This could be a 6 for the Eagles. They're chasing him on the far side, and they bring him down.
And if we can get the replay on this, you
Franklin
can see
Shearer.
Saavedra is just flailing the ball out there way before he gets hit.
Here's
And
the
you can
replay.
You're just waiting for someone to knock that ball out.
In traffic, too.
You got to be way more careful than this.
Yeah, you can't hold that ball with no protection other than by your fingertips when you're in that much of a dangerous situation.
Sherrod Joe with the touchdown saving tackle on Franklin Shearer all the way down to the 10-yard line. 5:21 to go in the ball game, and well, you know, perhaps guys, it's somewhat of a fitting ending in terms of the narrative tonight that perhaps the Brahma night ends with them kind of shooting themselves in the foot when they had some momentum, but a big mistake ultimately derails them here and puts the Eagles in great position to salt this one away.
Well, it's a microcosm of what they've been going through all night. It's that so close yet so far thing. Every time they mount a little momentum, every time they mount a drive, it's either a big penalty, it's either interception, a fumble. It's something that just kills your momentum. I mean, earlier, right when the first half was about to end, we saw an interception, and then we saw a touchdown get taken off the board.
Yep.
Just so much of that when you think you have it, and it just gets taken right out of your grasp.
For the Eagles.
They're heading to the 4th at Moore Park, tied with Palomar, 13-all. I don't think I needed to tell you guys that. Wren on the carry.
2-yard, make it a 1-yard
Plows
gain.
forward for a gain of a yard.
Line. 2nd and 9 coming up.
And at this point, the Eagles happy to take a couple of minutes off the clock if they can.
Yeah, the Eagles in no hurry. Definitely going to keep it on the ground after that last pick.
Santa Barbara all over Compton, 45-0. That's a final. 2:23 to go in Pasadena. Pasadena City, a 41-38 lead over College of the Desert. Again to Wren. A little jump stop, and now he starts to push the pile inside the 20.
You still have Virgil in there. He might see it through to the end.
19-yard line. A 6-yard gain on the play.
Let him finish what he started here.
Update you on the Palomar Moore Park game, 20-16.
For the Eagles.
Palomar with the lead. You know, usually when I'm surrounded by Raider fans, it's a different group. It's a different set of Raiders. It happens to
I
me
hear
a
you
lot,
there.
but that's got a lot of Raider fans here.
Got to show some love for Moore Park, though.
Well, I thought you could tell because they weren't wearing a bunch of silver spiked shoulder pads.
Yeah.
And
The face paint is next week there, guys.
yeah.
When we go on camera. Santa Ana, 6:19 to go in the 4th. They lead at 38-33 over San Bernardino Valley. Timeout on the field, meanwhile, 5:07 remaining. Saddleback trailing College of the Canyons, 10-6 at the half. Yes, it is. It's a final at Mount San Antonio College. Mount San Antonio, a 45-24 win over Bakersfield. They're in the 4th. Ventura leading Orange Coast 24-20 at Orange Coast.
So Mount Sac and Bakersfield, that's got to be a little bit longer distance between two team locations than this one.
Okay.
First, I thought this was the longest one, a 2-hour drive, but that one's got to have it beat by a good amount of miles.
Yeah, that's a trek from Bakersfield all the way down to Mount San Antonio.
It's a trek anywhere for Bakersfield.
That's true.
They're the team that's got to travel.
the
Alan
ones-
Hancock also, I think, well up there. They got a lot of travel to do.
In some ways, Costa should be happy they don't have to trek a whole football team down south.
3rd down and 3 for the Eagles.
And everyone's going to move there but the center.
Well, you know, as great of a night offensively as the Eagles have had, a bit of a sloppy ending here, I'd say, Ryan.
That's a 5-yard penalty, and that'll make it 3rd down and 8.
So the 5-yard penalty makes it 3rd and 8. 5:05 to go. Of course, we have our other game going on tonight, Antelope Valley College hosting Glendale, leading at 23-9. That's in the 4th quarter. Check that out on SoCal College Sports. You can find our channels on by searching for our website, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. And you can also search for our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Follow us all season. We will have Pierce College football a few times. We'll have Ventura College football, College of the Canyons, Antelope Valley College, all on SoCalCollegeSports.com. So keep track of the website, keep track of our YouTube channel. Follow us all season long as we bring you SCFA football from various locations.
Looks like Mount San Jacinto getting backed up again here.
So the Eagles all the way back to the 28-yard line. 3rd and 13. Virgil has the snap. Steps up, and he is tackled high, and that's going to bring a flag. Pretty easy call up around the helmet.
Once again, Pierce bails out the Eagles.
Sterling Cooper. And we got the replay here and see if we can catch the tail end, and you can just see at the top there that Cooper just came in, and that's entirely too much helmet. It's not going to be a tough call.
And then to add to that, a perfect shot by the ref throwing the flag almost into his face mask.
Did he give the Courtney Brown? Is that the
almost? I mean, it was a pretty good shot, and it was a fastball right in the back of the helmet.
15-yard penalty, personal foul, face mask.
So another 15-yard penalty, another personal foul, and every bit as significant as the 15 yards is the fresh set of downs. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 15 as we're under 5 minutes to go, and the Eagles just trying to finish this one off, well on their way to starting their season 1-0. Wren over his left guard, still on his feet. Finally stood up and stopped at the 3-yard line. But a 12-yard run for Samaj Wren, who's already got a couple of touchdown runs tonight.
Boy, that looked like almost clear sailing to the end zone, and he just got stood up in a hurry there.
For the Brahmas, it's now 1st and goal to go at the 3.
So down to the 3, and the Eagles working at a pretty fast clip. Not exactly hurry up, but they're not slowing it down much.
That's good to keep your offense in that tempo. You know, you have another game next week.
Cole Smith checks in to get a little more size as they go to an I formation backfield. Wren in the deep I. And it's Wren who gets the call, tries to bounce it to his left. Down to the 1.
Not a bad audible there by Virgil. Positive yards.
What do you think he went away from there? Was that it's hard to say.
Hard to say, but it was definitely him checking from split back to the I formation.
21, Jamie Colon with the tackle, making a gain of 2 down to the 1-yard line.
So down to the 1.
So it's now
get a look at some of the interior action there, and Wren can't quite get the stretch.
They're going to take their sweet time calling this play with about 3.5 to go, and they're in no hurry.
Again, I formation. Right back to Wren, and he is hit behind the line and dropped. Cologne able to slash into the backfield and trip up Wren for a loss on the play.
So Pierce can make a big stand here if they can keep him out of the end zone.
You know, might be too late to have that lead to a comeback, but it is a good confidence booster for the defense. Backs up against the wall.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to build off of for sure.
Little victories.